All right, today we're going to break down a really powerful strategy for leaders called the Ghost Mode Protocol. It's pretty counterintuitive, and it completely flips the script on what most people think it means to be dominant in a competitive world.
So, let's dive right into the core idea with this analogy, because it really says it all. We're all taught to think that power roars, right? Like a lion announcing its presence. But think about it. The real hunt, the successful one, that happens in the quiet. It's in that silence where the real strategy unfolds.
And that brings us to our first big idea, the leader's quiet strength. We're going to really look at the difference between roaring for attention and the incredible power that comes from quiet observation.
Look at this comparison. It just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got loud power. It's all about performance, ego, demanding attention with just endless chatter. But on the other side, quiet strength. That's about moving silently, using strategic stillness to actually see what's going on, to analyze the patterns. It's simple, really. One is obsessed with being seen, while the other is focused on seeing everything.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. That whole loud power thing, it's not just ineffective, it's a trap, a huge one. And so many leaders fall right into it without ever seeing it coming. So, what is this trap? Well, it's this basic but deep misunderstanding of how influence actually works. We're conditioned from day one that getting attention, getting those likes, getting that validation, that's a sign of success. And sure, society might reward it on the surface, but in any high-stakes competition, it is a massive liability. You're basically broadcasting every thought and every insecurity you have. And that's the crucial point right there. By constantly broadcasting your intentions, your emotions, your pride, you make yourself completely predictable. Your need for validation becomes a user manual for your competition on exactly how to play you. You literally become the glowing target in the dark. I want you to really think about that for a second. How does your own need to be seen, to be acknowledged, just completely expose your entire strategy? Well, it reveals your insecurities, it shows them your motivations, and ultimately, it tells them your next move before you even make it. So how in the world do you escape this trap? Well, the answer is the Ghost Mode Protocol. And this isn't about hiding or being afraid. Oh no, this is a conscious, tactical decision to weaponize your own absence. Let's be perfectly clear. Ghost Mode is not a passive retreat. It is an offensive strategy. You seize control of the information battlefield by making yourself completely unreadable. You start to weaponize the assumptions that everyone else makes in your absence. So how do you actually do this? Well, let's break it down into 3 core steps. First, you vanish from the radar. Just stop explaining yourself. Stop announcing your plans. Second, you have to master detachment. And honestly, this is the hardest part. You have to consciously starve that deep-seated need to be praised and validated by others. And third, you weaponize your absence. You let people assume you're not a threat. Trust me, their underestimation of you will become your greatest weapon.
All right, let's make this practical. Let's move from theory to the real world. How does this protocol actually work in a high-stakes professional environment? Like a boardroom showdown.
I want you to imagine a really tense negotiation. Your rivals, they're being loud, they're emotional, they're busy defending their pride. But you're a ghost. Your silence is an unbreakable fortress. They have no idea what you're thinking. And while they're talking and exhausting themselves, you're just harvesting information. Because you're calm and unreadable, your moves are completely unpredictable. You actually control the emotional temperature of the room simply by refusing to react. And this is the ultimate payoff. See, the victory doesn't happen when you make your final move. The victory happens in that quiet moment that your competition writes you off. Their own ego becomes their downfall, and the best part is, you engineered the entire situation. This all brings us to our final takeaway, to the big choice at the heart of this entire strategy. Ultimately, it all boils down to a conscious decision about where you choose to operate. So, here it is, the fundamental choice. Do you want to be in the noisy, predictable center, fighting for a spotlight that just makes you a bigger target? Or do you want to operate from the quiet, powerful periphery, where you can see the whole board and actually control the outcome? Step into the quiet,